You might believe that all fruits contribute positively to your health, but what if I told you that some of them, when consumed frequently or in the wrong context, could actually compromise the strength of your legs, especially after the age of 60? As we grow older, every nutritional choice carries greater weight. While fruits are indeed rich in essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, certain varieties, when consumed in excess or without balance, may interfere with blood flow, nerve signaling, or mineral absorption. These are all critical elements in maintaining healthy, strong, and resilient leg muscles. In today's discussion, we'll explore 7 specific fruits that may seem harmless or even beneficial, but could quietly be undermining your leg strength. If you're dealing with muscle cramps, a sense of heaviness, frequent fatigue, or delayed recovery, it's worth taking a closer look at what's on your plate. Let's ensure that your fruit choices are reinforcing, not diminishing, your ability to walk, stand, and move with confidence. Let's begin. Bananas are frequently praised for their high potassium content, which supports fluid balance, nerve function, and stable heart rhythms. However, as the body ages, it becomes more susceptible to imbalances, particularly for individuals with reduced kidney efficiency or those on medications that alter electrolyte levels. An overabundance of potassium, a condition known as hyperkalemia, can develop subtly and lead to irregular heart rhythms, persistent fatigue, or diminished muscular response. These symptoms can especially manifest in the lower limbs. It's common to see bananas added to smoothies, breakfast bowls, or eaten multiple times a day. But when combined with other potassium-rich foods, such as sweet potatoes, avocados, spinach, or certain medications like ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, potassium levels may inadvertently rise to problematic levels. While bananas are not inherently harmful, moderation and awareness of cumulative potassium intake are essential, particularly for seniors seeking to maintain optimal muscle function. Next, consider grapefruit, a fruit that is often recommended for its vitamin C and antioxidant content, yet carries significant risks for individuals on common medications. Grapefruit contains natural compounds called furanocoumarins that interfere with the CYP3A4 enzyme in the liver. This enzyme is crucial for metabolizing many prescription drugs, including statins, blood pressure medications, and certain anti-anxiety treatments. When grapefruit inhibits this critical liver enzyme, medications can linger in the bloodstream far longer than intended. This delayed clearance increases the risk of unintended accumulation, leading to adverse effects that range from muscle pain and dizziness to blood pressure fluctuations and even renal strain. For older adults, whose metabolic and excretory functions may already be operating at reduced efficiency, these risks are amplified. The consequences can be both subtle and severe, sometimes developing hours or even days after consuming grapefruit. What's especially concerning is that the effect of grapefruit on drug metabolism is not short-lived. A single serving of grapefruit or its juice can continue to inhibit enzyme activity for up to 72 hours. Which means even occasional consumption can interfere with daily medications. Contrary to popular belief, switching to pink or white grapefruit does not eliminate the risk. These varieties still contain the same enzyme-blocking compounds. For individuals managing chronic conditions such as hypertension, high cholesterol, or anxiety with long-term medications, this interaction should not be underestimated. It's essential to speak with a physician or pharmacist before including grapefruit in your diet if you're on prescribed medications, as the consequences of drug toxicity can be profound. Dried fruits such as raisins, prunes, dates, and apricots are often positioned as compact sources of energy and fiber, making them a popular snack option. However, the drying process significantly concentrates their natural sugars, transforming a once-balanced fruit into a potent dose of glucose. Just a small handful can rival the sugar content of sugary beverages like soda, without offering the same feeling of fullness that whole fruits provide due to their water content. This spike in sugar concentration can lead to abrupt surges in blood glucose levels, a scenario particularly harmful for individuals dealing with insulin resistance, prediabetes, or type 2 diabetes. These glucose spikes not only tax the pancreas, but also initiate a process called glycation, in which excess sugar binds to proteins and lipids, forming harmful compounds that degrade blood vessels. For the legs, which rely on robust microcirculation to supply oxygen and nutrients, this damage can result in reduced muscular endurance, increased inflammation, and a slower recovery from physical activity or minor injuries. Additionally, many commercially available dried fruits are treated with sulfites, a type of preservative that helps maintain color and extends shelf life. While generally considered safe in moderate amounts, sulfites can provoke adverse reactions in sensitive individuals. These reactions may include digestive issues, headaches, or inflammatory flare-ups, especially among older adults whose immune and digestive systems may already be compromised. Inflammatory responses not only affect gut comfort, but can also exacerbate joint and muscular discomfort, indirectly impacting leg strength and mobility. For those who enjoy dried fruits, the key lies in moderation and intentional pairing. Choosing unsweetened organic options can reduce exposure to added sugars and sulfites. Moreover, combining dried fruits with protein or fat-rich foods, like a handful of nuts or a spoonful of yogurt, can blunt the sugar spike, support better nutrient absorption, and reduce the likelihood of inflammatory after effects. As with many foods, context and quantity matter greatly, especially when aiming to preserve muscular function and circulation in the later decades of life. Let's turn our attention to watermelon, a fruit celebrated for its hydration benefits but often misunderstood in terms of nutritional density. Watermelon is composed of over 90% water and delivers only modest amounts of nutrients critical for muscle function, such as magnesium, calcium, or protein. While it does provide lycopene and vitamin C, its overall contribution to muscular resilience is minimal. For seniors aiming to preserve leg strength and avoid feelings of weakness or imbalance, relying too heavily on watermelon can be counterproductive. Its high glycemic index may lead to a rapid blood sugar surge followed by an energy crash, particularly when eaten in isolation. This roller coaster effect burdens the insulin response and diminishes the efficiency of nutrient delivery to muscle tissues. Additionally, because watermelon induces satiety through volume rather than substance, it can displace more nutrient-rich foods in the diet. If consumed daily in place of fruits like berries or oranges, or alongside protein sources that support recovery, the opportunity for muscular support is lost. While watermelon can be a refreshing and enjoyable part of the diet, it is best regarded as an occasional treat rather than a primary fruit source for muscle maintenance. Canned fruits, while convenient and cost-effective, present another area of concern. Items like canned peaches, pears, and pineapples are often preserved in heavy syrup or sweetened juice solutions, significantly increasing their sugar content. These added sugars not only contribute to systemic inflammation, but also promote weight gain, both of which can place additional stress on the legs and joints. High sugar intake accelerates the breakdown of capillaries and blood vessels, impairing the circulation needed for muscle oxygenation and recovery. This effect is especially detrimental to seniors, as muscle mass and vascular health naturally decline with age. Even those varieties labeled as light syrup or less sugar may contain more sweeteners than expected, and they still lack the fiber and full nutrient spectrum found in fresh or frozen alternatives. Another hidden concern is the presence of additives and preservatives in many canned goods, which can provoke inflammatory reactions or digestive sensitivity. If canned fruits remain a staple in your household, it's wise to choose options packed in water or 100% natural juice, rinse them thoroughly, and consume them in moderation. Prioritizing frozen or fresh fruit when available is often a more supportive choice for long-term muscular and circulatory health. Fruit juices, too, deserve careful consideration. Though often marketed as a healthy choice, juices like apple, grape, or even orange juice lack the natural fiber that moderates sugar absorption in whole fruit. As a result, these beverages cause a rapid spike in blood glucose, followed by a crash that can lead to fatigue, hunger, and insulin resistance. This pattern of fluctuating blood sugar is especially detrimental to the microvascular system that nourishes your leg muscles. When blood sugar remains unstable over time, the tiny vessels responsible for delivering oxygen and nutrients can become damaged or inflamed, impairing your leg's ability to stay strong, mobile, and pain-free. Furthermore, because juice doesn't trigger the same satiety signals as chewing whole fruit, it's easier to consume excess calories without realizing it. A small glass of juice may contain the sugar of 3 or 4 pieces of fruit, but without the bulk, fiber, or chewing effort that slows down consumption. To better support your legs, opt for whole fruits like apples, pears, or oranges, and if you do enjoy juice occasionally, dilute it with water and keep portions small. So we come to tomatoes, a fruit that few people associate with sugar or inflammation, yet one that can pose challenges for individuals sensitive to nightshade vegetables. The nightshade family includes tomatoes, eggplants, bell peppers, and white potatoes, all of which contain alkaloids like solanine that may exacerbate inflammation in susceptible individuals. For older adults managing arthritis, joint stiffness, or unexplained muscular soreness, tomatoes may subtly contribute to these issues. Dishes rich in tomato sauce, ketchup, or canned tomatoes often contain not only these compounds but also additives and preservatives that may intensify symptoms. While tomatoes do offer beneficial compounds like lycopene and vitamin C, their inflammatory potential in sensitive individuals shouldn't be ignored. If you suspect tomatoes are contributing to discomfort, particularly in the legs, hips, or knees, consider eliminating them from your diet for a short period and monitoring changes. Some people find significant relief in mobility and joint comfort when nightshades are reduced. Alternatives such as carrot-based sauces or beet puree can provide both flavor and color without triggering inflammatory responses. If strong legs and lasting energy matter to you, subscribing is your next smart step. Stay informed, stay active. We'll see you in the next video.